Brats, some of you asked if we could take a little trip down memory lane and talk about the small, sharp unboxing knife collection that we've been using over the past couple years of the channel. Let's talk about them. The small, sharp unboxing knife has been something on the channel since actually one of the very first unboxings. The first one we needed a knife for, I was like, I need a knife. And this, I believe it was this one that was handy for that moment. This is I don't even know what this is. This is just a big knife, but it's small and it's sharp to someone, and that is us. This has been in tons of videos, and before we got better ones, this was always our go-to. This was Old Faithful right here. The zombie killer showed up in a couple of videos. You'd have to go way back to try and find those. I call this a zombie killer because I feel like this is something you'd kill zombies with. I've since passed this on to editor John because he doesn't have a hammer, and I don't know what he did to it, but he somehow screwed this thing up good. It's nice and bent now, so I think you could still hammer with it technically, but yeah. I remember I actually even had to sharpen this thing to get it to even cut into a box. It was so dull and old. You'd have to really search to find the videos this was in. This made it into just a few videos. This was when we were stepping it up to, a little bit bigger of a small, sharp unboxing knife, but this was a fun one when we were cutting stuff up. As far as functionality goes of just cutting tape, this was actually one of the best ones because this just grabbed in it with those serrations on there of the saw. It grabbed in and it just cut it. It's sharp against tape, but it's not really something you could actually hurt yourself with. This was a good one, didn't get used a lot. But then this was our first foray into what looked like a sword, but it's actually an umbrella. I think this was only in 1 or 2 videos. This is actually a licensed Legend of Zelda umbrella here. Pops open. I know you're not supposed to open these things indoors, but Legend of Zelda umbrella, the coolest and nerdiest way that you could stay dry in the rain. Now we're getting into the real ones. So this here is a pirate sword. Actually, a friend of mine who had a couple swords, small collection that he wasn't using at all. He was like, hey, I've seen in your videos the small sharp unboxing knives, and I think these belong more with you than with me. So this thing is kind of a double threat because not only is it sharp now that we sharpened it and dangerous, but if you get stabbed with this or somebody accidentally cuts you, you're probably gonna get tetanus from this thing. So double whammy, double the danger. Decent unboxing knife, but it's pretty old. It doesn't do great. We've got Hudafong, the sword from Lord of the Rings with the most annoying ever sheath. If you watch those videos, I always struggle right here to get in because there's this weird little blade on the back that hangs down, and then when you go to shut it, it gets caught and you have to like wiggle this thing around. I've gotten pretty good at it, but this one's kind of cool because you actually have like the unsheathing sound because of the metal. Got some of that elvish writing on there. Not only does it have the blade from here up sharp, it's got this little mini blade just in this section on the back right there. So this thing actually feels a lot more stable and sturdy than any of those. This is probably the most serious of the swords, except you can feel the handle is kind of loose here. It's not super solid. Now our most recent addition, the Ninjato sword, this actually came oiled, battle ready. It's still all oily. This thing is seriously sharp. I want to thank whoever out there of you that sent this. This was a really cool one. We make jokes on the channel, use your small sharp unboxing knife, but this thing, you got to wield this carefully. It is very sharp. It's heavy. It's serious. It's really cool though. I really like this. And then we got the little rack up on the wall to hold a couple of these. So 2 years of small sharp unboxing knives here. You got to see a whole bunch. And there's a few other random ones that may have popped in here and there, but definitely at this point, I think we finally graduated onto sword class. These are probably the only ones we're going to be using for a while. I do have plans to get some more though. There's a Buster sword. There's the actual Legend of Zelda Master Sword. We're gonna fill it out over the next few years and get all cool types of different, very small, very sharp unboxing knives. That's what we do here on the channel. So hey, thank you for requesting this video. This was kind of fun to go back and look at all these. Thank you for hanging out here with us today, and I will see you in another reality.